A tough tussle, Winmar down by Anir. But Winmar shows champion qualities when he bounces back. Burns gets it to him and Winmar kicks the goal.
And he's put it through, the Saints lead.
The Eagles going for their win in Melbourne, which has been very hard to come by, and Wally Matera on the run kicks a goal.
Silence behind the goals indicates it's all clear.
And how about this crude tackle by Wow Jones?
Done by Jones to Burke.
And he draws blood a little bit like the tennis centre on Friday night, if you don't mind. And O'Connell on the receiving end.
O'Connell taking a long time to get up. Be a blow. He's been a very good player as far as
bad facial injury to O'Connell.
He's a bit winded. Elphinstone goes for distance.
And now Nicky Winmar. How close to the goal was he here?
He's up, drops the mark. Winmar on the goal line. Has he got it? Yes, he has.
The Saints came back, but the Eagles hung on. And Bob, be controversial.
Well, if Darryl Baldock thinks that the West Coast Eagles aren't too good, that he wants to have a very good look at his own team, because they're much worse. And in fact, I did hear it coming up, I think, on the radio, that he wanted to sack 6 or 8 players, Baldock, and probably that is true.
Should he?
Well, I think that there are a few that need to go. They don't have a winning vein with them. They've been there for such a long time, haven't they, without having success. Yes.
Yeah, but don't you think that they showed as much endeavour as the West Coast Eagles, won the ball as much.
When was this?
But yesterday, but did not finish the work.
Were you at the game?
They lacked skill.
Were you at the game?
Yes, I was.
What about last
They
year?
lacked skill. Obviously you weren't. You listened to the radio report.
Darryl Baldock was coaching last year with very similar players, and they were winning matches on a roll towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
Well, look, Lockett and Owen.
Lockett and Owen are the 2 key ones for a start, but a lot of their players, they weren't in the game. And the Eagles don't man up at all. They haven't got any idea of manning up, Scotty, have they?
No.
They just
Who has in modern day football?
Oh, well, I think Hawthorn's certainly got some manning up style.
Is he sort of getting at Bob? Some of the players that have been there, I mean, I'm not sort of picky player, but Alvingson's was one. Cunningham's another one that they haven't changed their method of getting the ball well and kicking it to the opposition.
And putting them in different positions hasn't improved them at all. In fact, they've put young fellas in positions in the type... He would be better off to use his experienced players in the centre to get it out and then take them up into the other positions and try and hold them.
Where was Burns yesterday?
Well, Burns playing in the forward pocket, wasn't he?
Yeah, forward pocket, then on the ball.
Yes, but I mean, they've got some very talented players. You've got to compliment the West Coast Eagles too, because that was a pretty gutsy win. It was a very good win, and it was on a nice dry ground for a start.
Tied in the last quarter?
What?
They tied in the last quarter.
Well, they came home again in the last quarter. They got behind. They had a magnificent 15 minutes in the second quarter. In the votes, I gave one to McKenna, who doesn't get a great many kicks, but he's the great tyre-upper of the whole back line. I gave 2 votes to Frawley, who really pushed and shoved Glendenning against Glendenning. I gave 3 to Big Keane. I thought Keane was outstanding. Anyone that takes 15 marks for a ruckman nowadays is really outstanding. They don't take marks, most of them.
Very controversial, Bob. 3 votes to you. Beautiful display. Now let's have a look at the progressive